My name is Mwai. Thank you so much for taking your time to tune into this particular video clip. I want to challenge your thinking in what I have entitled Marks of Excellence. The Apostle Paul, while he was writing to the church in Colossae, in the book of Colossians chapter 3, in verse 23, Paul said something here that is very, very powerful. He said, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. And this comes just after he talks about slaves and addressing slaves on their attitude and how they should obey their masters. And of course, these are Christian slaves that he's talking to, telling them you should be different from every other person. Friends, we live in a time and we live in a generation where so many people are so entitled. You know, people go to school, get degrees, get diplomas and whatever, you highly educated, you know, very well skilled in their jobs. But sometimes people come out with sense of entitlement and the attitude is all wrong. And I just want to challenge your thinking. I don't know what kind of person you are. If I was to hire you in my organization, if you are to get that job, that prestigious opportunity somewhere, what kind of person are you? What kind of person is your employer paying? You know, who are you? Who really are you? Are you just there for the paycheck? Are you just there, you know, just so you can go up the ranks? Are you just there so that you can put food on the table? What kind of person are you? Is your life, is your work characterized with marks of excellence? Is what you're doing something, you know, you can be proud of the result of your work? Is it something that you can proudly say that I am rightfully being paid a salary because I know I gave it my best? I know I overdid myself. Allow me just to challenge you, because sometimes as we go around, you know, you go to maybe a restaurant, you go to a gas station, or maybe you go to a government building or just a corporate building somewhere, and you encounter people who have been employed to provide service. Sometimes it leaves you wondering, what kind of people do we have in our generation? Sometimes you wonder, are these people happy with what they're doing? Are these people employed just to fill in the space? Maybe they should get another job if this person is not happy about what they're doing. So allow me just to challenge you, some of the marks of excellence, especially following it with the words of the Apostle Paul, that whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, as serving the Lord, and you know that you're not serving man. So allow me just to highlight a few things, very, very simple things, almost probably mundane, everyday things. But I tell you, if you espouse this in your own life, you will begin walking down that path where your life will be characterized by excellence. Number one, what kind of attitude do you have? Do you have the right attitude? Yes, I know probably you trained and you have a degree, but maybe the only job that was available, you started off as a clerk, or you just started off as a messenger. That was the only opportunity available for you. What is your attitude? Do you go there grumping when you're asked to do certain things, when you're given a responsibility? Are you happy? Do you do it with all your heart? When you're sent by your boss to go and get him a cup of coffee, are you happy to do it? Do you serve him with a sense of distinction, or do you go grumbling? You know, are you the complainer in that organization? There's always something you're complaining about. You always have a beef with people. You always have a conflict with people. You're always complaining, oh, my boss did this, oh, that one did the other. Are you the office gossip? Are you the one who is always trying to ruffle or to rock the boat in that organization? Right attitude. If you don't have that kind of right attitude, then it means that you're missing out on one very key, important mark of excellence. Number two, a sense of servanthood. Servanthood is a concept that has only been left to our textbooks and our written materials and our training manuals, but it's not something that you see too often. See, recently, you know, I went and paid for a particular service, and these people, you know, promised me that they're going to deliver in about 2 days. 2 weeks later, they had not delivered, and nobody called me, nobody sent an apology. Yet I have paid for this service, an expensive service. And when I went to ask, hey, what happened? Ways you have not even called me. They were not even apologetic about it. And when I asked for my money, I said, okay, fine. If you cannot deliver the service, why don't you just give me my money back? I'll go and find somebody else who can deliver the service. And getting my money was difficult, from them. And I thought, where is the sense of servanthood? Where we are saying, because people write big letters in the organization, we are here to serve you. But when you get there, there is a little servanthood. Recently I wrote an email to a certain organization that I have invested in, asking for information. To date, that was a few months ago, I have never received a response, even an acknowledgement. Even when I call, they say, oh, we'll get back to you. To date, they have never. Where is the sense of servanthood? Number 3, if you're going to have a mark of excellence, you must deliver more than what is expected of you. Over-deliver, all right? Maybe something will have taken you 3 days. Do it in 2. Maybe you said, no, I'm going to do this. Add something extra. Over-deliver. That's a mark of excellence. And then finally, number 4, are you courteous and polite? Are you somebody who goes out of your way to communicate? Actually, over-communicating is better than under-communicating. Somebody who walks with marks of excellence, who is doing it as for the Lord, this is somebody who is courteous. You know how to say please. You know how to say thank you. You know how to apologize. You know when to say what. You know how to say it with the right spirit, with a smile on your face. Those are marks of excellence. Now, these are simple, everyday, mundane things, but they are so lacking in our culture. It is so difficult these days to even give a tip to a waiter in a restaurant because the service sometimes is so lousy. It's as though they are doing you a favor, yet you're a paying customer. I challenge you as a child of God especially, if you want God to promote you, and He will, if you want to see the best days of your career, if you want to be everything God desires for you to be, remember that God is a God of excellence. Follow in His footsteps. Do whatever you do it as unto the Lord. Know that it is the Lord you are serving. Whether you are sweeping the streets, sweep them in such a way that somebody will take note. If you're making that cup of tea, make the best cup of tea ever in that organization. If you're a receptionist, receive people in that organization in a way that will be memorable for them. If you work in a shop somewhere, be the best sales agent there. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, because it is the Lord that you are serving. Take pride in what you do, and God, I promise you, will lift you up in due time. God bless you. Walk this week and the rest of this year with marks of excellence.